Hey, you've summoned a lesser maker. This weekend, I'm going to my first ever tournament. There are a lot of things I got to get ready. I'm thinking I bring my catacombs. So let's get that out and see how it looks. When I had my mini campaign at my house, I asked how this board played. There was a funnel where everyone was in this back corner, and it made it kind of difficult to play on. The catacombs is for sure going, but maybe not this little insert. Ah, dude, this I haven't done this yet. It looks really good. The catacombs and the sewer board kind of help each other out. It was a little uneven on this side because this is basically the only verticality. So having the verticality on this side kind of helps even it out a bit. So I think this is the way to go. I need to glue that down. This sewer board took me 8 days to make. This board came together so well. And so quickly too. It was a nice surprise. One of the definite weak points of this board is all the curved surfaces kind of limit the amount of flat areas the models can sit on. So I'm adding some walkways on some of the curved areas just to kind of flatten some things out and give it a little bit more surface area to play on. Typically, I would prime this wood and then paint it, but instead I decided to stain it with some black and brown paint water. I purchased these minis a while ago, and I purchased them with the intent of using them in my next D&D campaign. These guys are like World War I witches, and I think they'd be awesome for Trench Crusade or something. My D&D campaign is basically, instead of steampunk, it's witchcraft or alchemy punk or spooky punk. So there's a lot of technology that's going on, like streetlights that are powered by glowing potions and people flying around on broomsticks and cauldrons, telephone booths that have a sending stone in it. It's almost like a noir type setting. Thanks again for Scented Realms for sponsoring the video. I really appreciate you guys supporting the channel. Also, these sculpts are made by Hannah GI on Cults 3D. They just came out with a witch tank, which looks awesome. Go check them out. Speaking of other creators, don't forget that Zambies has her Zamanerg contest. I made a video about it 3 weeks ago. Make sure you get those submitted because there are quite a few prizes that you could win. So go check out Zambi's Instagram for the rules. I'll have a link in the description. And if I don't, you could Google stuff, right? So now that I have the terrain figured out, it's time to decide what warband I want. And I have a couple that I'm going to decide from, and I might as well show you which ones they are. So let's bring out my Undead warband, the Iron Crown. So these are my dregs. And honestly, they probably don't need to look this cool, but they are heroes, so I wanted to put some extra effort into them. Dregs typically do pretty bad in game, but I have had a couple pretty good sniper shots by one of these guys, and it always tends to be the same one, ironically. I typically go with a zombie spam, so I just bring all the zombies. I like having a lot of models, and Undead is pretty good for that. I also have my dire rats. These are stand-ins for dire wolves. And I think they turned out really cool. This is my first Blender project, and I have a video on that as well, but I'm sure that's no shock to anyone. I kit bashed a necromancer from a Miniac miniature. The whole idea for the Iron Crown is that these guys are being mind controlled by Empire Witch, And speaking of that, I kit bashed that miniature as well. Cool Boy bits are so good for Undead, it's unreal. So if you ever come across some spare bits on a sprue, you should definitely pick them up because they're very Mordheim. Although I love this warband, I play this warband a lot. In the process of finishing a couple of new ones, so let's pull out my next one, my Scaven Carnival of Chaos. I was sculpting a giant and I kind of got carried away and sculpted this this great unclean one, great horned rat. And it kind of sent me down a rabbit hole. And so I started kit bashing this entire spearhead army and also doing this Mordheim warband. So this is my Magister. These guys are my brutes. At this point, it's probably pretty obvious why I'm probably not going to be bringing this one. I'm not sure I want to spend all this time painting this warband this week, but I'm loving the direction of this warband a lot, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes. All right, so these are my dwarves. I spent a couple live streams kit bashing these, and I had a lot of fun doing it with you guys. These are my troll slayers, and I use Blood Bowl miniatures for these because. And then I kit bashed a bunch of beardlings, so that hopefully during the game I can convert them to heroes, because without that, it's going to be kind of hard to advance in the game a bit. This is my leader, my dwarf noble. And then this last guy is my dwarf engineer. The idea behind this warband is I want them to be super gritty. They've been in Mordheim for so long that they're basically just pulling weapons and armor and whatever they can get their hands off and kind of scavenging it and reusing it. Yeah, so hopefully seeing some warbands kind of gives you some ideas, and kind of seeing my thought process behind this will encourage you to go out to play some games with your friends and your community. Thanks so much to my patrons for supporting me. And I don't know, I'm kind of a shy person, so it gives me the confidence to kind of reach out and do some bigger things. Thanks so much to Scented Realms for supporting the channel. Because of that, I'm going to be going to Adepticon this year. So if you're going to, let me know in the comments. I look forward to seeing you there. All right, have a good one.